Today, I'm the master of ceremony of the contest. Special welcome to the District Governor, Cindy Bakhtiar, all honorable judges, all Rotarians, all contestants, and distinguished guests. Now, we will begin this event by listening the national song, Bagimu Negeri. Audience and contestants, as the believers, we always start an activity with a prayer. So we would like to invite PDG Hermanto Angka to lead us in a prayer. PDG, the time is yours.
Yeah, thank you. Rotarian and Toastmaster and contestant semuanya, izinkan saya untuk berdoa sesuai dengan agama saya, agama Katolik, dan saya akan menyampaikan doa ini sesuai dengan kebiasaan saya, yaitu dalam bahasa Indonesia. Saya harap agar supaya teman-teman yang lain berkenan untuk menyesuaikan dengan agamanya masing-masing, dan silakan mengikuti apa yang kita panjatkan dalam doa ini. Dalam nama Bapa dan Putra dan Roh Kudus. Amin. Kemuliaan pada Bapa, Putra dan Roh Kudus. Ya Allah Tuhan kita yang bertakhta di dalam kerajaan surga, dimuliakanlah namamu. Dalam rangka menyambut World Interact Week tanggal 5 sampai dengan 11 November 2021 ini, kami dari Rotary International Distrik 3420 Indonesia sudah mempersiapkan English Speech Contest 2021 untuk interactors kami. Ya Tuhan, tujuan kontes ini di samping untuk memicu anak-anak interactors kami supaya bisa lebih intens mempelajari what is Rotary dan apa itu Rotary 7 Area of Focus, juga untuk memperkenalkan dunia Rotary pada mereka beserta falsafah service above self sejak sedini mungkin. Tentunya kontes berbahasa Inggris ini juga penting buat anak-anak muda interactors kami yang diharapkan menjadi kader-kader penerus keberadaan organisasi Rotary yang mendunia karena sudah ada di lebih dari 200 negara di dunia. Sebelum memulai kontes ini sebentar lagi, kami mohon berkat-Mu ya Tuhan untuk seluruh panitia, juri, baik dari Toastmasters maupun yang dari Rotary, maupun interactors kami, kontestan-kontestan yang mengikuti lomba ini dengan penuh semangat, agar seluruh rangkaian kontes ini bisa berjalan lancar, fun, menyenangkan, dan tidak ada halangan apapun juga. Kami serahkan seluruh acara ini, termasuk seluruh panitia penyelenggara, juri, anak-anak kontestan, ke dalam pemeliharaan-Mu ya Allah. Kiranya Allah Tuhan kita yang Maha Pengasih mencurahkan berkat-Nya untuk kita semua, mengabulkan doa-doa kita yang kami panjatkan juga di dalam nama Putra-Mu dan di dalam persatuan dengan Roh Kudus Allah kini dan sepanjang masa. Di dalam nama Bapa, Putra dan Roh Kudus. Amin.
Thank you, PDD.
Yeah,
Now
welcome.
we are moving to the next program. I'd like to invite the chair of the contest committee, AG Ratna Pongkapadang, to give some report of the contest. AG Ratna, the time is yours.
Thank you, Kennard. On behalf of Committee Interact Speech Contest 2021, I would like to welcome District Governor 3420, honorable judges, past District Governor, fellow Rotarians, interactors, contestants, and distinguished guests. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude that Interact Speech Contest 2021 can be held again for the second time. And I would like to convey our thanks to District Governor 3420, Cindy Bakhtiar, who fully support the idea to conduct Interact Speech Contest 2021. The main purpose of the contest is to promote the vision and the spirit of Rotary that we expect all Rotary interactors later will become the Rotarians, of course. And besides, we would like to give the opportunity to our interactors, to young interactors, improving their public speaking. For your information, there are 60 interactors coming from 11 interact clubs are taking part in this contest. And those 11 clubs are, I will not mention one because later, Judge Representative will mention all the names of the clubs. But from Surabaya, we've got 3 interclubs. Wow, that's right. 3 interclubs from Surabaya and 4 interact clubs from Semarang, and 3 interact clubs from Bali, and 1 interclub from Kupang. This large number has shown the enthusiastics of the interactors, and we appreciate to the interact advisors who have encouraged their interactors and trained them and coached them to be an extraordinary people. In this opportunity, I would like to also introduce our host of the contest today. It's interactor Inap Adu. He won the Interact Speech Contest last year in 2020. And the interesting thing about Kennard is also a member of CAFO Toastmasters, sponsored by Toastmasters Club. So if Rotary has Interact Club, so Toastmasters also have a CAFO Club. They both, this Interact and CAFO, are the same age. They are between 12 years old to 17 years old. So hopefully that next year, the host will be taken by the first winner of this contest 2021. So interact by interact. and again, this event is the collaboration between Rotary District 3420 and the Toastmaster District 87. And hopefully that the great collaboration will keep continuing in the future. This contest might be impossible, to conduct without having a great support from the judges who take very important role in this contest. And in this opportunity, I would like to thank the 4 amazing judges who have put a lot of effort in this contest. Thank you. And last but not least, I would like to thank to all committee members and all fellow Rotarians and Toastmasters who have worked hard to make this contest happen today. And I'm Ratna Pungkabadang, the chair committee, wish all the contestants good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, AD. Now we will hear the opening remark by the District Governor 3420, Cindy Bakhtiar. Ladies and gentlemen, Rotarians and interactors, we'd like to present to you the District Governor 3420.
My beloved District Program Committee Chair, PDG Hermanto Angka, and Interact Program Committee, Past President Wijaya, Organizing Chair, AG Ratna Pongkapadang, who has done amazing job, and honorable judges, Dr. Haruna Indra from Jakarta Bahasa Toastmaster Club, Ayu Anantia from the Denpasar Bahasa Toastmaster, and Rotarian Abraham from Rotary Club Semarang Tanjung Mas, who come from far away India to be the judges. Thank you, Bram. And also Rotarian Haris Chua from Rotary Club of Bali Canggu. Also, I want to greet here Pepe Wanda Somdani, Pepe Ida, and Pepe Eka, Pepe Rosma, and my beloved Rotaractors and Interactors, and all my dear participants of Interact English Speaking Contest. Good afternoon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, dan salam kebajikan bagi kita semua. First of all, let us thank God that today we can be together here, although via Zoom in our District 3420 Annual English Speech Contest for Interacts. I'm extremely happy that this year we have 60 participants from Interact Club in District 3420. Judges, thank you very much for your time and expertise in becoming our judges this year. And I do believe that you will choose the best of the best from our Interactor participant this year. As we know, Interact is part of Rotary International. Interactors are between 12 to 18 years old, and I do hope that after this competition, we will have more Interact clubs in our district to enrich our youth service. The theme of the speech contest this year is Rotary's 7 area of focus, which are 1, basic education and literacy, and 2nd, water and sanitation, and 3rd, community economic development, 4th, disease prevention, 5th, saving mother and children, 6th, peace and conflict resolution, and the last is supporting environment. Those 7 areas of focus is becoming Rotary service to humanity, and I'm delighted to know what is the perspective of our Interact in regards to our 7 areas of focus. My beloved participants, I'm so proud of you all, and all Rotary Club sponsors. Please do not stop mentoring and involving this young generation into our humanity world. Be the winner and have a great time. Take them into Rotary and be part of our big families. Teachers, headmasters, thank you for allowing your students to join the English speech contest. And I do hope to keep on working together in the future. And also, I would like to thank you so much to Toastmaster for the amazing collaboration. Good luck to all participants, and Rotary serve to change life. Back to you, Interactor Kennard Adu.
Thank you, DG Cindy Bakhtiar, for your warm welcome speech. Ladies and gentlemen, Rotarians and interactors, judges take very important role in every competition. And I believe all of you must be curious to know who the judges for the 2 days contest are. So I will invite once again, AG Ratna Pongkapadang to introduce our judges. AG Ratna, the time is yours.
Thank you, Kennard. Yes, I guess everyone would like to know who are the judges today. They are very amazing people, and I'm so grateful that I can meet them. Okay, so I would like to share the screen. Right. Okay, the first, actually, sorry, if Warina doesn't want to be called as a chief judge. Right, the representative of judge. Yeah, this Dr. Harlina Indra, MBA, Distinguished Toastmasters from Jakarta Bahasa Toastmaster Club. Ibu Harlina was also the judge last year. So this is the second time he served in this contest. Thank you. He is a medical doctor and MBA formation in Belgium. And she used to work in bank as a banker, teacher, and also private secretary in Jakarta. She lives in Jakarta with a family, and she describes herself as a lifelong learner. And for 22 years, she has been working with Toastmasters. So she's a very senior member in Toastmasters. So I'm very lucky to know her and learn a lot about Toastmasters from Ibu Harlina. And she's currently is the president of Jakarta Bahasa Toastmasters Club. And if everyone here would like to join, the club always meets every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. So everyone can also, especially for interactors, if you want to learn more about Bahasa, join at the Ibu Harlina's Toastmasters Club. And she's very happy to be invited to this contest and learn from everyone's courage. The next one, yes, we use the rule, ladies first and gentlemen later. And the next judge is Ibu Ayu Anantia, Distinguished Toastmasters from Denpasar Bahasa Toastmasters Club. And she always very proud to be called herself as a Toastmaster. And she's a member of District 387. And he is a Distinguished Toastmaster. Distinguished Toastmaster is the one who achieved the highest achievement, got achievement, highest achievement in Toastmasters. So she built a number of clubs during the pandemic and very successful club coach, a pathways mentor, and a club officer for multiple distinguished clubs. I met her once on the Zoom first. I met her first when she was joining a competition on the Zoom, and it was really impressed. And she won the contest. That's why I tried to find her, and here is right now. She's a judge in this contest. And her efforts were acknowledged with Innovative Marketing for New Club Award 2020-2021. And she's now serving as an Area G2 Director. Thank you, Ibu Ayu, for being the judge today. And this is veteran Haris Chua. And what I find about him is he's very cheerful and very humorous. That's why if you see this, I will not read this because actually this written by Veteran Harris himself. You see, unfortunately based in Singapore, it means that he missed a lot in Indonesia. He loves human, misses music, and what a boy who wants to make a difference. Yes, he is. He left Bali, stayed in his hometown in Singapore since 2016. But I'm sure one day he will come back to Bali or Indonesia. He acts like summer and walks like rain. Wow, this is really interesting statement. And I love that, the statement. And he is a German-trained engineer, obtained a second degree in computer science and IT in the United Kingdom. And currently a cyber security specialist for data centers. Thank you, Reverend Harris, for being the judge today. Reverend Harris also was a judge last year as well. So this is the second time for being a judge in this competition. And surely some of you were very familiar with this face. Bapak Abraham, or past President Abraham, is a member of Rotary Club of Tanjung Mas. Oh yeah, I forgot that Veteran Harry, although he lives in Singapore, he's still a member of Rotary Club of Bali Canggu. And past President Abraham, he returned to India, but he's still a member of Rotary Club of Tanjung Mas Semarang. He's a professional person with a wide range of experience, spanning a career of over 37 years, working in 7 different companies, and 24 years was with a diverse company from India. And he has traveled around more than 30 countries. Very amazing person. And currently, he is still a member of a Tanjung Mas Rotary Club. But before, he lived in Surabaya and joined with a member of Rotary Club of Surabaya Central. And he's also a lecturer in Surabaya, University of Surabaya, when he was still in Surabaya, and honorary faculty for management training with Indo Management Association India. That's all out of 4 judges. And we'd like to thank you for your availability for being judges in this competition. No doubt that all judges are very professional, and we are lucky to have them in this competition. Thank you.
Thank you, A. Ratna. Before we start the contest, we will hear the rules and guidance applied for the Interact Speech Contest. I'd like to invite the judge representatives, Ibu Harlina Indram, MBA, Distinguished Toastmasters, to explain the rules and the guidance of the contest. Ibu Harlina, the time is yours.
Thank you very much, MC. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay, thank you. So welcome to Interact Speech Contest 2021. And I will inform you the rules and guidance of the contest today and tomorrow. So for your information, this contest will be recorded and may be used for publication purposes. The host is allowed to mute any attendees to ensure the smoothness of this virtual contest. The host is allowed to take pictures of the contest participants and attendees for documentation purposes. Those who need to go to the restroom, you may do so now, as we will not have any break until all participants have finished their speeches. Any audible devices such as mobile phones should be put in silent mode. There are 60 contestants, 60, wow, who will compete today virtually, coming from 11 Interact Club. Interact Club of Skanema, Bali, Interact Club of Jimbaran, Bali, Interact Club of Bali Wiguna, Interact Club of Surabaya, Interact Club of Surabaya Persada, Interact Club of Kaliasin, Interact Club of Kupang Fortuna, Interact Club of Nusa Putra Pandawa Semarang, Interact Club of Ajisaka Semarang, Interact Club of Bagimu Negeriku Semarang, Interact Club of Nusa Putra Arjuna Semarang. The purposes of Interact Speech Contest are to promote the vision, mission, and the spirit of Rotary and Interact, to provide an opportunity for speakers to improve their speaking abilities, to strengthen the friendship among Interact clubs and members. You can see here the list of all the contestants who will figure today. There are 30 of them on Friday, November the 5th, 2021. And here are all the names of the 30 contestants who will appear tomorrow during the contest on Saturday, November the 6th, 2021. All speeches are to be substantially original. Any quoted material must be identified during the speech presentation. The theme of this contest is 7 areas of Rotary focus. These are the 7 areas. Let me check. So, peace and conflict prevention resolution, disease prevention and treatment, water and sanitation, maternal and child, I cannot quite see it. And yes, my apology. You're going to, yeah. Maternal and child health, basic education and literacy, economic and community development, and supporting the environment. Right. So the time for this speech contest is 3 to 4 minutes. A contestant will be disqualified from the contest if the speech is less than 3 minutes or more than 4 minutes 30 seconds. Timer will be activated as follows. Green background at 3 minutes, yellow background at 3 minutes 30 seconds, red background at 4 minutes, and will stay on until the speaker has finished speaking. No notice will be given if a speaker goes over time. Next. Okay. And in the event of light failure, 30 seconds will be granted to the speaker. In case of connection failure, contestant is allowed to reattempt his or her speech one more time at a later turn after relogin to the Zoom. Contestant, please coordinate with your club coach in case this connection failure happens. Oh, I think there is another page. Yes, timing starts with the first word uttered or when the speaker uses any form of communication to the audience. There will be 30 seconds of silence between contestants for the judges to mark their ballots. The result will be announced on the 15th of November on the event of World Interact Week. Once the results have been announced, all decisions are final. And ladies and gentlemen, hey kids, good luck. Back to the MC.
Thank you, Ibu Harlina. Ladies and gentlemen, Rotarian and interactors, distinguished guests, now we have come to the main program, the Interact Speech Contest 2020. Once again, I'd like to remind all of you, please mute your microphone when you are not speaking on Zoom. We need to support the contestants to perform their speech comfortably. To recognize every contestant, you are requested to rename your screen by the contestant number followed by the name. Example, 13, Kaynard. Okay. Your speeches will be timed by the timers. And now I would like to introduce the timer. We have two timers. The first timer is Rotor Actor Annie from Rotor Act Club of Kupang Fortuna. And the second timer is Rotor Actor John from Rotor Act Club of Kupang Fortuna. Special thanks to Rotor Actor John for willing to take the opportunity, for willing to be the timer, even though he is in Ireland now joining the student exchange program. And also Rotor Actor John is a member of Toastmaster Club, Empire Toastmaster Club, Surabaya. I also remind you to check your audio before you start to deliver your speech by asking the audience where you are audible or not. Now we will begin the contest with the contestant number 1. Contestant number 1, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, contestant number 1, Nainah Galia Sani Maulida, Water, Sanitation, and Hygiene. Water, Sanitation, and Hygiene, Nainah Galia Sani Maulida. Contestant number 1, are you available?
Contestant number 1, I suggest you just to drop your virtual background.
You may
Just-
turn off your virtual background. Contestant number 1, you may turn off your virtual background so you would be visible for all of us.
contest.
Contestant number 1, Naina Galia Sani Maulida. Are you available?
Sorry to interrupt. The advisor of Kaliasin, would you please check whether she's available? If not, then we can do something.
Am I
The
audible?
advisor? Yes. Sorry.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself. My name is Naina Galiasari Maulida. I'm from Interact Surabaya Kaliasin. I'm studying at Junior High School 6 Surabaya. Today, I would like to talk about water, sanitation, and hygiene. The first one is sanitation. Is water. Water is the most important things in our body. I can give you the example. People can survive without eating for several days. But people cannot survive without water even though one day. Why do I say that? Because 60 to 70% water in our body. So we need at least 2.7 liters in a day. Another example is when we got fasting. What do we take first when Azan Maghrib comes? I'm sure that you take water first. The next one is sanitation. What do we need for taking a bath, washing hands, and something else? And of course, water. Nowadays, there's an invention toilet mat wastafel. That's one of the way how to reduce the water. And this is the last one. If we talk about water and sanitation, we also need to talk about the hygiene water. In this pandemic of COVID-19, we absolutely need the hygiene water for washing hands. Why do we do this? By washing hands, we prevent spreading germs and infectious diseases like COVID-19. So we can conclude that water is the most important thing in our body and our life. We can use water for many things like drinking, bathing, and something else. And also, we need the hygiene water for drinking and cooking to prevent the illness. And using waters in a responsible manner is important to keep the water available for us. Use water wisely. That's all that I can say in my speech. Thank you for listening to me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
We'll have 30 seconds silence for judges marking the ballots. Ladies and gentlemen, contestant number 2, Cindy Fridelia Tanodi, Window of the World. Window of the World, Cindy Fridelia Tanodi.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Good afternoon, interactors, judges, and everyone. I guess literacy is a topic that will never end to be told because literacy is a fundamental human right and the foundation for lifelong learning. It is fully essential to social and human development in its ability to transform lives. For individuals, families, and societies alike, it is an instrument of empowerment to improve one's health, one's income, and one's relationship with the world. And it's very interesting to know that Indonesia is the second country with the largest number of libraries in the world after India. Can you believe it? But unfortunately, Indonesia is ranked 62 out of 70 countries in terms of literacy level. Interest in reading in Indonesia is also very minimal, which only reaches 0.001%. It means out of 1,000 people in Indonesia, only one who likes reading. How could it be? I was trying to find out the fact. According to the chairman of Library Student Association Indonesia, poor reading habit in Indonesia is caused by several factors. The first of which is limited access to books. Although there are 164,000 libraries in Indonesia, it's a big number, isn't it? But they are not enough to meet the needs of the whole population and schools. Not all regions in Indonesia have sufficient bookstores and libraries. What's more, most community members do not have strong purchase power. Secondly, many books do not reflect what the society is actually looking for. Lastly, bad marketing strategy makes books in Indonesia give the wrong impression toward the community members. Books have become too serious. However, remains optimistic. Reading habit can be improved through establishments of book corners or reading communities. Basically, increasing the adult literacy rate is a way to increase the quality of Indonesia's human resources, which internationally can be measured by the Human Development Index. Why should parents become involved in their children's literacy activities? The evidence about the benefits of parents being involved in their children's education in general and their children's literacy activities in particular is overwhelming. Research shows that parental involvement in their children's learning positively affects the child's performance at school. Reading was one of Paul Harris, the founder of Rotary Club for Pleasures. Today, in the spirit of aspiring, Rotary fosters literacy paired with education as one of its 7 areas of focus, with an estimated 14% of the world's adult population functionally illiterate. Rotarians work to open schools, promote proven teaching methods, and establish mentoring is the gateway to literacy. This issue of the Rotarian offers a tutorial on how to read. Rotary Kupang Central has been running literacy projects to encourage the kids, especially the ones who experiences with learning loss due to school closure during pandemic of COVID-19. While we promote reading habit, providing nearly libraries for a number of places in rural areas. Participating in Rotary Development Project has made me proud of being interactor. Together, we serve to change lives. Thank you.
We'll have 30-second silence for judges marking the ballots. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll move to contestant number 3, Bianca and Joan del Toro, Community Development. Community Development, Bianca and Joan del Toro.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Greetings, juries, participants, and everybody else watching. I am Bianca from Margie Senior High School and a member of the Interact Club of Surabaya. In today's speech, I would like to talk about community development, which is a process where people gather to maintain the community's lifestyle. It has some benefits, which leads to people working and living better. Since I am talking about community development, I might as well share an experience of mine about it. Currently, I am attending an online Indonesian-Australian exchange program where I tell them about Indonesia's culture, language, cuisine, places, and many more others. And they will tell me the same about Australia. How is this useful or related to community development, you ask? Well, learning languages improves linguistic skills and social skills, which can help us understand more people and also understand the association of human nature and languages. And it could also help us to be more tolerant to other people. In my exchange program, we are divided into small groups to have a discussion about a certain topic. In there, I learn to listen to other opinions and other perspectives. Learning about places, cultures, festivals, and holidays also help us become a more open, accepting, and tolerant person. Through this exchange program, I am trying to make our community be recognized by more people. The more people who recognize can improve our community in business and also by doing or learning our languages, our cultures, our traditions from going on and continuing. And hopefully, us Indonesians can recognize how beautiful our community actually is. And to close this speech, I would like to just share one thing, is to care for the community, because caring for your community also means caring around you and the people around you. Caring about other communities is also the same thing about caring your own. So helping other communities is also a must. I hope this speech inspires you to make a change in your community and to make a difference. Don't just stand still and do nothing, but start taking an action. I really appreciate your time and attention you took out of this day to listen to my speech about community development. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.
We'll have 30 seconds silence for judges marking the ballots. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll move to contestant number 4, Guido Pati Cristianro Jesua Mai, the source of life. The source of life, Guido Pati Cristianro Jesua Mai.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Hello everyone. My name is Guido. I live in Soe, the region of Timur Tengah Selatan. It's in the province in East Nusa Tenggara. Several times, number of villages in this region went viral on national TV or on social media. It was reported that people living in those villages had to walk for 10 kilometers away to get clean water for cooking and drinking. This has happened for many years. Imagine, people should have to live in a place without having access to clean water. So sad. The Mongabay environmental news site in May 2021 published the fact that even this year, hundreds also children must walk between 12 and 20 kilometers back and forth to get clean and safe water in Timur Tengah Selatan Regency. Or if they can't get it, then they have to buy water with prices ranging from 2,000 rupiah up to 2,500 rupiah per liter. Ladies and gentlemen, this is due to the increase in population and the need for clean water, which rose by 1.33 times, while water rapidly depletes to a long dry season that happened in some parts of the country. With growing population rate and such a small percentage of all the water on earth fit for consumption, it only makes sense that we must preserve and conserve this precious resource. Water conservation means using our limited water supply wisely and caring for it properly. Since each of us depends on water to sustain life, it is our can help to keep our source pure and safe for generations to come. Rotary clubs have been running many water projects around the world. Rotary sponsored, initiated, or supported water conservation projects are a great way to act locally. More than $18 million in Foundation Global grant funding has been allocated to environment-related projects over the past 5 years. Creating a distinct area of focus to support the environment will give Rotary members even more ways to bring about positive change in the world and increase our impact. As interactor, we may start to support the efforts of Rotary clubs in keeping the clean water for communities by doing small actions like turning off tap when we brush our teeth or wash our hands. As a running tap wastes more than 5 liters of water a minute, using less water when doing laundry, watering flowers using can, and planting drought-resistant trees. Remember, this might be an action, but if we all do it together, it will be multiplied and create impact. I'm Interactor Guido. Stay healthy and safe. Thank you.
We'll have 30-second silence for judges marking the ballots. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll move to contestant number 5, Putu Ayuni Wirasanti, Basic Education and Literacy. Basic Education and Literacy, Putu Ayuni Wirasanti.
Am I audible? Can you see me?
Yes.
Good afternoon to all judges, quotidian, and interactors. First of all, introduce myself. My name is Putu Ayuni Wirasanti. You can call me Ayuni. I am from Intra Club of Skanema. Thank you for the chance to participate in this contest, and I hope we are all always in a good health. Today, I want to talk about education and literacy. So, do you know what is education? Education is foundation in life that must be built as well as possible. Therefore, our foundation must be solid in order to be successful in the future. With good education, we can overcome global problems such as poverty, inequality, and gender discrimination, thereby making our society orderly. Education is very important for everyone because it can lead us to a better future. Education is very important role in giving us knowledge. True education is not only limited to lesson in class, but also all the knowledge that can be obtained from the lesson taught by life. One of Rotary program for youth that give lesson taught by life is Rotary Youth Exchange Program. Through long-term exchange, we will learn lots of cultural difference, share new habits, adding new friends and family, and also open up our mind and knowledge. Through exchange, not only we receive from lesson taught by life, but we will also create world peace. Education is refers to a process by which a person develops their skills, attitudes, and values. Many times, we associate this term with the school. However, we must also take into account that education is not exclusive to this institution. Family and friends are involved in this process too. The people we live together day by day give an impact to our future choices. That's why we can say that men can get to improve each other. There is a phrase that I like it very much and I find it very true. If the people of the country care about the education, it shows that they love their nation. So embrace it, appreciate it, learn more, get a skill, take a chance, go for an exchange to other country for 1 year or 2 years. Through Rotary, everything is possible. Thank you.
We'll have 30 seconds of silence for judges marking the ballots. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll move to contestant number 6, Reynaldo, COVID-19 prevention. COVID-19 prevention, Reynaldo.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Good afternoon. My name is I'm study at Junior High School 6, Surabaya. I'm from Interact Surabaya, Kaliasin. Here, I will discuss about the prevention and treatment of the COVID-19 virus. The first case of this disease occurred in the city of Wuhan, China, at the end of December 2019. After that, COVID-19 spread between humans very quickly and spread to dozens of countries, including Indonesia, in just a few months. In Indonesia, the government, together with pharmaceutical companies and various health institutions, are also developing and researching COVID-19 vaccine. After going through clinical trials and declared effective and safe to be given to humans. COVID-19 prevention. Currently, Indonesia is conducting periodic COVID-19 vaccination for the Indonesian people. Even though vaccinations are already underway, the best prevention is apply physical distancing, namely maintaining a minimum distance of 2 meters. Use a mask when doing activities in public places or crowds. Wash your hand regularly with soap and water or use hand sanitizer. Do not touch your eyes, mouth, and nose before washing your hands. Increase endurance with a healthy lifestyle, such as regular exercise and consumption of nutritious food and supplements. In addition to killing this virus, it can also threaten all economic activities in the fields of economy, advertising, tourism, culture, and others. COVID-19 treatment. Until now, there is no drug that can definitely treat COVID-19. If you have been diagnosed with COVID-19 but are asymptomatic or have only mild symptoms, you can seek treatment or self-isolate at home. During self-isolation, pay attention to the following: to self-isolation for 2 weeks by not leaving the house and keeping a distance from people who live in the same house. Always use a mask when leaving the house or when interacting with family members. Apply cough etiquette. Mix your body temperature 2 times a day, morning and night. Wash hands with soap and running water or hand sanitizer. Get enough restart to speed up the healing process. COVID-19 patients with mild symptoms can recover within 2 weeks. However, before you end self-isolation and return to your activities, still consult with your doctor to find out if you have met the criteria for recovering from COVID-19. COVID-19 patients with severe symptoms, the doctor will refer you from treatment and quarantine at a referral hospital. For to be part of the Rotary interaction, Rotary concern regarding the prevention and treatment of COVID-19 virus. Let's fight COVID-19 together. That's my speech. Thank you.
We'll have 30 seconds of silence for judges marking the ballots. Now we'll move to contestant number 7, Grecia Salsa Belawitak. Why Indonesia has low quality of education? Why Indonesia has low quality of education? Grecia Salsa Belawitak.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
60 million students in Indonesia are affected by nationwide school closures in March 2020. Since then, our government, under the Ministry of Education, introduced a distance learning policy. However, this policy didn't seem to work well due to the unequal access to facilities and infrastructure, differences in remote teaching abilities, the type of location of school, as well as students' environment at home contribute to these variations. It then made the education gap in Indonesia become more visible. Ladies and gentlemen, education gap in Indonesia is not a new problem. It has been there since this country proclaimed its independence. We all know that Indonesia is one of the problems that continues to be discussed from year to year. But there are no significant changes made in education. For you to know, Indonesia's average ranking across the three subjects is 65th of 69 countries. It shows the inequality and school performance remain an issue in Indonesia. Besides the inequality, poor infrastructure, less developed program, low quality teachers also contribute a big part in Indonesia's education problem. Ladies and gentlemen, I know our education system is far behind the education system in other countries like Finland, Japan, and New Zealand. And it's not worth to compare, but it is to giving you a clear understanding why the education system are considered best in the world. In Finland, teachers are a highly respected profession and have great autonomy in controlling the content and direction of learning. Public schools are dominated because the government is trying to realize the pedigree every school is a good school. In Japan, this education is emphasized not only on formal subjects such as science and other things, but also on character building. While in New Zealand, has succeeded in designing its educational goals to be able to develop the quality of students and their orientation abilities. That way, school students in New Zealand can focus on improving their character intelligence and practical abilities which are needed in the future. I can only say that it's never too late to start something good. It's not the time for us to blame our government. They have tried their best in order to improve the quality of our education. Now it's time for us to contribute as well. How? Let me tell you what I have done. In the past 3 years, my Interact Club works together with Rotary Club under the supervision of our sponsored Rotary Club have run a basic education and literacy called Literasi Keliling to help students who are not able to have proper learning from their schools or those who are out of schools in our neighborhood. We hope that this project can at least make a small impact on those students' lives. What we have been doing now might not contribute a lot to the education system, but at least we have tried because we believe that small action can lead to a big impact. I'm Bella. Let's be the nation's child who bring change. Thank you.
We'll have 30 seconds of silence for judges marking the ballots. Ladies and gentlemen, contestant number 8, Nashua Putra Diandra Arianto. The importance of literacy. The importance of literacy, Nashua Putria Diandra Arianto.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Nashwa Putria Diandra Arianto from Ajisaka Interact Semarang. and I'm here to talk about the importance of literacy. As a student and an instructor, I am deeply moved to talk and discuss about this subject. So, according to Jack Goody, literacy is an ability to read and write. Literacy is a very important ability to have. Literacy will help us to face the new era. But unfortunately, Indonesia has the problem with that. Indonesia has the literacy crisis. According to UNESCO report 2016, Indonesia is ranked 60 out of 61 countries surveyed. Of course, this is pathetic, but there must be something we all can do to help this crisis. As we know, literacy is also included in 7 areas of Rotary focus. There are many events that Rotary has been held in order to help this crisis. In Indonesia, Rotary Club of Balitama has made an event called Book Donation. To celebrate their 3rd decade's anniversary, they donate books to SD 15 and SD 1 Sembung Putih. On their side, they wrote, "We do believe something very magical can happen when you read a good book." And I think that is true. The sentence reminds me the story about Indonesian first Vice President Muhammad Hatta. Muhammad Hatta, or usually called Bung Hatta, had his interest in reading and writing ever since he was so young. When he was 17 years old, he had already a lot of books. Not only books in Bahasa, but also in English, Dutch, German, and French. The first insight that Bung Hatta had was due to his love of books. And in fact, when he was exiled to the Gauls, he carried with him 4 large cases of books. One of his most memorable messages is, "Aku rela di penjara asalkan bersama buku, karena dengan buku aku bebas." That means, I only go to jail when I am with books, because with books I am free. So I've talked about the literacy and a beautiful story, but what for? What exactly will we get from literacy? Well, there are many of them. To be sure, it gives us insights and new information. It helps us to upgrade our focus as well. We can also enrich our vocabulary, increase the verbal skill, etc. After everything I've said, we can conclude that literacy is very important to our life, especially for teenagers like me and all of my friends here and there who are still figuring ourselves out. Well, I think that's all I can say. I hope all of it can inspire us to be more aware about how important literacy is for our lives. So, thank you for your times and God bless you.
Have 30 seconds of silence for judges marking the ballot. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll move to contestant number 9, Michael Octavianus Wenten Ledo. And Polio. And Polio, Michael Octavianus Wenten Ledo.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Michael,
Am I audible?
Yes, I guess you need to try to speak louder.
Ladies, gentlemen, and all beloved interactors, I'd like to start with the story of Bin Kumar, a man who lives in New Delhi that really touched my heart. This man has earned money by begging in a bazaar for the past 10 years. He was affected by polio when he was 5 years old. He cannot walk or even stand because his muscles are paralyzed. But some of young people may not be familiar with the disease of polio. Let me tell briefly. Polio or poliomyelitis is a disabling and life-threatening disease caused by the poliovirus. The virus spreads from person to person and can infect a person's spinal cord, causing paralysis. A sufferer from polio cannot move parts of the body, potentially deadly infectious disease that most commonly affect children under the age of 5. The first polio outbreak appeared in Europe in the early 1800s. The first known outbreak in Canada occurred in 1910. Polio infection peaked in the United States in 1952 with more than 21,000 paralytic cases. Polio has no cure, so prevention is the most effective means to combat it. Certain drugs and therapies can offer supportive care for patients to encounter some effect of the muscle involvement. The way to prevent children from being affected by polio is vaccination. Children should get inactive polio vaccine to protect against polio. They should get 4 doses in total, with 1 of doses at each of the following age: 2 months old, 4 months old, 6 through 18 months old, and 4 through 6 years old. Over the years, Indonesia has implemented a number of initiatives to improve polio surveillance. As an interactor, I'm so proud that I can be part of the Rotary Club that has been working to eradicate polio for more than 35 years. Rotary International have reduced polio cases by 99.9% since the first Rotary Polio project to vaccinate children in the Philippines in 1979. Rotary members have contributed more than $2.1 billion and countless volunteer hours to protect nearly 3 billion children in 120 countries from this paralyzing disease. Today, polio only remains endemic in Afghanistan and Pakistan, but it's crucial to continue working to keep other countries polio-free. If all eradication efforts stop today, within 10 years, polio could paralyze as many as 200,000 children each year. The fight against polio is not over. We must continue our efforts to eradicate it. I'm Interactor Michael, and polio now.
We'll have 30 seconds of silence for judges marking the ballots.
Please. Okay. Stop. Doesn't affect kids.
Ladies and gentlemen, contestant number 10, Area Keshandria Aliyasha. Food waste problem in Indonesia. Food waste problem in Indonesia, Area Keshandria Aliyasha.
Hello. Test. Okay. Dear judge and friend, good afternoon. My name is Arya Kesandria Lesa. I'm from Interactor Surabaya Kaliasin. I'm studying at junior high school number 6 of Surabaya. So in this opportunity, I will talk about supporting environment, which is food waste in Indonesia. 300 kilogram, it will be the number of food waste that one person make a year. This fact make Indonesia is the second largest food waster in the world. It's very ironic because at the same time, millions of people in Indonesia is suffer from malnutrition. Edible product that big waste is called food waste. Food waste is one of the reasons of global warming. Organic waste create the emission of methane gas and carbon monoxide gas, especially when it's not managed properly. So we as a teenager could do something about this. Teenager could give significant contribution to cope with food waste in any ways we can. First of all, teenager could create a new daily habit to reduce food waste at home. Please start by buying food as need, having no leftover food, and organizing the storage. Having shopping list is always a great idea to begin with because we will know what food that we need and stop picking unnecessary food. The second one, teenager could finish what available on the plate by take the food that we can eat and don't take the food that we cannot eat. The third one, teenager could check the storage to see the availability and the expiry dates of food stock. If there are any food waste at home, teenager could also make it into compost by simply burying the waste into the ground. After that, it could be reused to fertilize soil. Following this, teenager could contribute to raising the awareness of food waste problem. There are about 66.3 million of teenagers in Indonesia. If only 1% of teenagers educate their neighborhood about the danger of food waste and how to reduce it, and it will be probably 663,000 of neighborhood well aware of this problem. There are many ways to spread the news, starting from social media, webinar, seminar, and else. The conclusion is, food waste is our problem. We need to take the responsibility to increasing the number of food waste due to our habits. We need to be responsible to reduce it. We will show that teenagers could also create the change and reduce the problem starting from ourselves, our home, and our neighborhood. And I'm very grateful to be the part of Rotarian member. And together we could save our planet, our earth, our environment, our nature, and else. Thank you very much.
We'll have 30 seconds of silence for judges marking the ballots. Judges and audience, we will take a 5-minute break. Judges, contestants, and audience. Let's continue to the next participant, number 11, Federica Bani, making a difference. Making a difference, Federica Bani.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Judges, Rotarians, and audience. Growing up in a clean and safe environment is the right of every child. Access to good, clean water not only makes children thrive, it also gives them a healthier start in life. Since COVID-19 emerged, everyone is advised to continue practicing hand hygiene to prevent the spread of the virus. But 3 billion people worldwide, including hundreds of millions of school children, do not have access to hand washing facilities. People living in rural areas, urban slums, disaster-prone areas, and low-income countries are the most vulnerable and most affected. Since 2013, the Rotary Foundation has awarded more than $130 million in more than 2,000 projects worldwide. Through this, our volunteers of action have entrusted access to safely managed and basic wash services to communities, schools, and healthcare facilities while projecting and conserving water resources. As clean water, sanitation, and hygiene are basic necessities for a healthy environment and a productive life, Rotarians are very much aware of the important role of water in the fight against COVID-19. Rotary and Rotary clubs can work with health facility administrators and local officials to help meet needs and make a real difference. In responding to immediate crises, Rotary Club Kupang take action to prevent spread of COVID-19. We are forging partnership washing stations to be placed in public areas such as regional markets, hospitals, schools, and community health centers while providing communal wells for clean water supply. By reaching out, we have the opportunity to learn more about needs in our healthcare facilities and communities and how our clubs can access now and in the future. It is going to take everyone working together to ramp down this pandemic in each of our areas of our communities and prevent future outbreaks. Rotarians, Rotaractors, and Interactors join together for truth, fairness, goodwill, and friendship for the benefit of all. We have a unique opportunity to make a real difference and unite our voices and visibility globally on behalf of health and healthcare everywhere. I am Erika, proud to be interactive.
We'll have 30 seconds of silence for judges marking the ballots. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll move to contestant number 12, Carolina Simanungkalit. Safe water for the better future. Safe water for the better future, Carolina Simanungkalit.
Good afternoon all. Honorable ones, the juries, the participants of English speech contest, and all audience. Before I begin to deliver this speech, I would like to invite you to thank God the Almighty who has given us mercy and blessing place. I also want to say a big thank you to the judges and audience who have given me the time and opportunity here to give a speech. Let me introduce myself. My name is Carolina Simanungkalit, majoring in culinary art from Bagimu Negeriku Vocational High School. My speech this time is about the SDGs, the most important point 6. Before that, I will explain a little about what the SDGs are. SDGs stands for Sustainable Development Goals. SDGs are global and national commitments in an effort to improve the welfare of society in achieving 17 goals. One of them is point 6, namely clean water and proper sanitation. The SDGs began on September 25, 2015 at the headquarters of the United Nations. The SDGs are a substitute for the MDGs. The SDGs are present to replace the MDGs with the aim of responding to the challenge of the world future better. Okay, now I will explain my main point in this speech, namely the 6th point in the SDGs, clean water and proper sanitation. Clean water and proper sanitation are basic human needs. Water is the most important element for the human body. 2/3 of the human body consists of water. Everyone needs water, but the distribution of access to safe drinking water is still not evenly distributed. Fulfillment of clean water and proper sanitation is still a worldwide problem. Therefore, clean water and sanitation are part of sustainable development goals. Clean water is very necessary for our life. 4 ways to keep water and sanitation clean. 1. Planting trees and keeping the environment clean, such as rivers, seas, and beaches. 2. Diligently clean the drains and filter the water if it's dirty. 3. Save water and recycle used goods into useful ones. 4. Use the water filtered for cleaner drinking water or boil water to ensure cleanliness. Poor water and sanitation will have an impact on public health. So there's a good water treatment technique. 1. Disinfection. Water purification process to remove disease causing bacteria, parasites, and viruses. 2. Filtration. Filtering water using certain media, for example, cloth, filter, etc. 3. Sedimentation. Deposition and separation of dirt, particles, bacteria, so that the water produced will be clearer than before. That's all my speech. Thank you. What do you do 1 second now will be useful for 1 year to come. So save water for the better future. Thank you.
We'll have a moment of silence for judges marking the ballots. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll move to contestant number 13, Igede Bagas Wastu Widyadana. Do it now or never. Do it now or never. Igede Bagas Wastu Widyadana.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. A month ago, I was walking around my neighborhood when I saw a woman who threw a pile of garbage in a place where it wasn't supposed to be garbage dump. I told her that she had to take the garbage back and throw it into the place where it was supposed to be. And you know what she said to me? There is no sign that prohibits littering here, so it's fine if I throw it here. But I insisted that she shouldn't throw the garbage here. She then laughed at me with her angry face. This is one of the examples of how people are still careless in maintaining the environment clean. It is also the reason why I chose this topic as my speech today. Ladies and gentlemen, environmental problems have long been concern of all countries in the world. Many agreed that the increasing of human population is one of the causes of environmental problems. For the record, the world generates 2.1 billion tons of municipal solid waste annually, with at least 33% of that is not managed in an environmentally safe manner. Seeing this as a matter of concern, Rotary clubs around the world, including in Indonesia, continue to make various efforts to overcome environmental problems. Billions of funds have been spent to support environmental projects such as tree planting, beach cleaning, campaigns to keep the environment clean, household waste recycling training, and many other projects. Those projects have been carried out as an effort to keep the environment clean, to reduce the effect of climate change. What we need to do now as an interactors is to keep telling and educating people that our environment needs to be taken care of. Let us all work together to make this world a better place to live for us and for our next generation by changing the way we treated our environment. Barack Obama once said that change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones that we have been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. So, interactors, let us all be the model that other people will follow. I am Bagas, the agent of change.
We'll have a moment of silence for judges marking the ballots. Contestant number 14, are you ready? Please unmute yourself.
Yes.
The time is yours.
Before I start my speech, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, the educators, and all fellow interactors who attend the Interact Speech Contest 2021. My name is Havi Ananda, and I'm from Interact Nusa Putra, Arjuna. I always dream of being able to help people and communicate with them to encourage one another. But we need action to realize it. I remember when I visited around the school environment during one of my actions with my other interactors friends, I found a lot of shabby houses with dirty and bad environmental conditions. Also the poor. I feel sad and happy at the same time. I'm happy because I can serve them, talk to them, and I can see their smiling face when I was handing out the mask and food. Simple action, but it gives big impact for them. Do you know, according to the homelessworldcup.org, there are 25 million families living in slums and many other temporary shelters. There are also many people who have lost their jobs and children who have been orphaned due to the impact of this pandemic. And this made me realize that in this critical time, everyone is going through different difficult situations. And we all need some encouragement to strengthen each other. So, as an interactor, I think I have a lot of opportunities to do that. And that's why I don't want to waste that chance. Well, everyone's dose of action is different. We each have our own way to share. You just need to focus on what you can do and make the best effort to help fellow human beings. As an interactor, I also develop myself as well, from doing simple to much bigger action. And virtually is the place where I can convey my inspirations. It can be a place to act. Here, we can learn about many things in life, and where I can change my dreams become a real action. You can also see some matters from different perspectives and act in various places and conditions. Rotary taught me and introduced me to things that change my outlook and way of life. They teach me and encourage me to do many things about humanity, self-development, and many other useful, productive activities. Everything is starts from ourselves. This pandemic is not an obstacle for interactors like us to keep looking around, not to be blind, and to take action. By visiting them to share happiness, like I did before, or we can also use our social media wisely and effectively. For what? To open donations for those in need, spread information, and many other useful activities. Now it's your time. For all interactors out there, come on, wake up, get out of your comfort zone. The key is within you. Let's spread the positivity and dare to change. I'm Happy Ananda. Thank you.
We'll have a moment of silence for judges marking the ballots. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll move to contestant number 15, Gaza Intifada Akbar. The effective education in nowadays. The effective education in nowadays, Gaza Intifada Akbar. Gaza, the time is yours.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Distinguished judge of the English speaking contest, honorable teachers and all friends whom I love. First of all, let's say many thanks to God, who has given us mercies and blessings, so we can attend the speech contest today in the good condition and happy situation. Let me introduce myself. My name is Gaza Difada Akbar. I am student from Junior High School 6 Surabaya, and I am from Interact Surabaya Kali Asin. In this chance, I will deliver my speech under the topic Basic Education and Literacy, the effective education nowadays. Ladies and gentlemen, the government and people around us have spread about what we can do in this time to stay healthy and carry out our duties. As a student, through media like television, internet, radio, and also social media such as Instagram, Facebook, etc. For the first time, we began doing online classes after the pandemic hit in all countries in the world. Modern and developing countries get affected, including Indonesia. As we know that every teacher has to teach by online learning, which means that teachers have no choice other than having new tools or using new medias. And they just realize that learning can be done anywhere, not only at school, but also from home or even from the park. In other side, parents also realize how difficult teachers' job to teach online. It can be seen how difficult teachers teach children effectively through online, as they cannot see from face to face. Children from poor family, for example, they even do not have any handphone, so that studying becoming very difficult. Them school and teachers have to accommodate this problem too. By giving written assignment, for example, then it can generate empathy for the teacher that may not have been there before. Teachers, students, and parents now realize that education is not something that can only be done at school, but it could be done anywhere and anytime. In this case, the students must get an effective education. Effective education is an educational process that allows students to learn easily, fun, and achieve the expected goals. However, effective education also requires the effective collaboration of these three elements: teachers, students, and parents, so that it can be done, such as creating good communication between teachers, students, and parents. Parents must actively direct and help their children in this new normal, so that good cooperation between parents and teachers is achieved. Dear ladies and gentlemen, various problems arise when online learning is implemented, but the role or collaboration between students, parents, and teachers can be a solution to the problems that arise. Finally, I just want to say, without the collaboration, effective education is impossible. Without understanding and spirit to educate the children, we can face the problems together. And I proud to be part as Interact Rotary. Rotary concern has 7 areas focus, which includes basic education and literacy. Learn anywhere, anytime, happily. Thank you very much. Good afternoon and see you.
We'll have a moment of silence for judges marking the ballots. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll move to contestant number 16, Devina Aurelia Putri. Environmental damage. Environmental damage, Devina Aurelia Putri.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Ladies and gentlemen, natural resources are everything that is provided for use by nature. As we all know, the amount of natural resources and energy available in our country has an impact on all human activities. The majority of Indonesia's industrial sectors rely on natural resources and energy to perform their operations. As a result, natural preservation is critical to the preservation of our environment. From his home in southeastern Australia, a young man, Ludovic Christian, is sounding the alarm. There are 8.8 million tons of plastic dumped into our oceans every year, he says. By 2050, there will be more plastic than fish in our oceans if we do not reverse the situations. Removal is critical, but the solutions start elsewhere. That's because As a 2017 study revealed, a substantial portion of the plastic that's end up in oceans travel there via rivers, up to 3 million tons annually. Shut down the plastic highway and you have made a significant contribution to cleaning up the oceans. More interested in solutions and salutations, he focused, he focused on eliminating the messy accumulations of plastic and other pollutions that threaten the oceans, which bring us back to the world rivers. According to the 2017 study, there are 10 rivers account for about 90% of the tons of plastic trash that rivers carry into the oceans. The young innovator thinks he knows how that can be accomplished, but he also understands he can do it on his own. To bring his ideas to fruition, he needs new technologies, financial backing, and worldwide web on existence and as zealous as he about preserving the planet's natural resources. That's where rhetoric comes. That's where Rotary comes in. Rotary has helped him to objective his brilliant ideas. As a member of the younger generation, I recognize that it's my responsibility to help save the planet. Touch the Interact Club, we have carried out some significant environmental activities. As part of a project, Interactors collaboration with Rotary and Rotaract Planet hundreds of tourists and visit the place on a regular basis. We also participate in beach cleanups. Remember, we won't have a society if we destroy the environment, and it's no one's property to destroy. It's everyone's responsibility to protect. I'm Devina, thank you.
We'll have a moment of silence for judges marking the ballots. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll move to contestant number 17, Valencio Dariel Pratama, Peace Building and Conflict Prevention. Peace Building and Conflict Prevention, Valencio Dariel Pratama.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Valencio Dariel Pratama. I am from Bagimo Negeriku Vocational High School in Semarang. Today, I'm going to give a speech about how important it is to build peace and prevent conflict in the world. We know that each of us deserves peace in the environment we live in. Each of us deserves protection for the sake of achieving prosperity in the social environment. Then, how to find peace with others? From what we all know, that the way to get peace is to respect and care each other. These simple things are the easiest way to get peace in our environment. Next, we talk about conflict. In your opinion, what causes conflict to occur in some of areas? From what I think, the cause of conflict is because people use the wrong way to settle the differences. This wrong thought is the cause of conflict in several areas, which can be fatal if it lasts for a long time. For general examples, are conflicts that occur because of differences in religion, race, and skin color. Some of these small problems that are used as an excuse by someone who is wrong in dealing with differences. These people that needs to be re-educated because they have to be told that we humans are social beings. We can live alone. We must live together. And that's why we call social beings. Respect and care of each other, with that conflict will not occur. Differences in religion, race, and skin color should not be a barrier between us to care for each other. It is these differences that should be unifying, because each of us is unique. God made us different, not to separate us from each other, but to complement each other. I hope in the future there will be no more conflict because of these three general differences. I hope in the future people can live along without thinking about their differences anymore. As a student who live in Indonesia, which is known for its diversity, we know that many of our friends come from various regions with their respective cultures. So, to build peace, we can exchange knowledge about our local culture and learn about their culture. With that, we will understand each other and accept our differences. Looking at the world where people are friendly to each other, care about each other, and live along without conflict at all. And that's what I call peace. So, the key to getting peace in our environment is to respect and care for each other. So, with peace, we will always live happily. Interactors, will you accept our differences? It's up to you. Thank you.
We'll have a moment of silence for judges marking the ballots. Now we'll move to the next contestant, number 18, Angelita Chung, Precious Resource for a Nation. Precious Resource for a Nation, Angelita Chung.
Before I start, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. I'd like to start with a quote. Education is one thing no one can take away from you. If you educate a man, you educate an individual. But if you educate a woman, you educate a nation. When girls are educated, their countries become stronger and more prosperous. Ladies and gentlemen, in the time it takes to read this story, about 8 girls under the age of 15 will have given birth mostly in the world's poorest countries. And many will never go back to school. Here are 129 million girls who are completely missing out on school around the world. These are the most marginalized and hardest to reach. In countries affected by conflict, girls are more than twice as likely to be out of school than girls living in non-affected countries. The reasons are many. Barriers to girls' education, like poverty, child marriage, and gender-based violence, vary among countries and communities. Poor families often favor boys when investing in education. Gender equitable education systems empower girls and boys and promote the development of life skills, life self-management, communication, negotiation, and critical thinking that young people need to succeed. Gender equitable education system can contribute to reductions in school-related gender-based violence and harmful practices, including child marriage and female genital mutilation. In the province of East Nusa Tenggara, the place where I live now, discrimination against women has forced many girls to drop out of their 12-year compulsory education program. I decided to join Interact Club because I know that I can do something in my capacity to make a contribution in making a better world for girls through Rotary. In keeping with 2021 to 2022 Rotary International President Sheka Meta's goal of encouraging clubs and districts to empower girls, in all of the service initiatives they undertake during his presidential year. The beauty of Rotary is that service means different things to different people around the world. One element, however, that we can incorporate into all of our service initiatives is empowering girls. Through empowering projects carried out by Rotary Kupang Central, I can contribute myself to fight inequality. I reserve my voice not so I can shout, but so that those without a voice can be heard. We cannot succeed when half of us are held back. By Malala Yousafzai. I'm Interactor Angelita Chung, the future Rotarian. Thank you.
We'll have a moment of silence for the judges marking the ballots. Ladies and gentlemen, contestant number 19, Diana Alia Shafa Chandra. Support the environment. Support the environment, Diana Alia Shafa Chandra.
Am I audible?
Can you try to speak louder?
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Honorable judges and dear speech contest participants. Good afternoon. My name is Diana Alessa Pachandra from Junior High School 6 Surabaya, and I'm member of Interact Surabaya Kaliasin. In this good opportunity, I would like to talk about supporting the environment. We all know that the environment is very important for the life of all living things, especially human beings. But without us realizing, there are so many behaviors. Our behavior which put the environment in danger and damage the environment itself. There are so many examples of this behavior, such as cutting the trees in the forest without planting again, and throw away rubbish to the river or ocean. Rubbish is the biggest issue in the environment, as people produce rubbish each and every day. If we don't manage our rubbish, especially plastic rubbish, it will pollute the environment and put our life in danger too. So, managing rubbish wisely is the key to support our environment. Now we can see that our environment is unhealthy. There is a lot of garbage in the middle of the city, and many people take an easy solution for them by burning the garbage. But by burning garbage can cause further bad air pollution, which is not good to breathe. If we breathe air and the air isn't fresh, it will cause disease to us, and sooner or later will damage our health. Garbage also makes the environment look dirty, and people around it will feel uncomfortable. And for sure, it will cause unhealthy environment. Flies, mosquitoes, rats love rubbish, and just throw that without good management will be dangerous and cause many different kinds of disease. Unfortunately, there are still many people who underestimate the amount of waste they produce every day. As a result, the garbage reaches the ocean and rivers, and it pollutes the sea and river water. Not only that, coral reefs were also damaged, and many fish died. The rivers are also clogged with garbage, and they will be floating when it rains. Dear friends, there are so many things we can do to keep our environment healthy. Starting from throwing garbage in its place, reusing items that are still fit for use, make eco-enzyme, not using plastic-based items too much, and keep on growing plants to make our environment green and healthy. We know that plastic is a very difficult material to decompose. It takes tens to hundreds of years to wait for plastic waste to decompose. Therefore, we can do small things to overcome the amount of plastic waste. We can buy less packaged drinks and use bottles more often. We can also solve the problem by recycling plastic waste into more useful items. For example, we can turn a plastic bottle into a pencil case. I am really proud to be a part of Interact Rotary Club. Rotary concerns on human and environmental issues. One of them is about supporting the environment. Now, future environmental conditions depend on us. It is our duty to take care of our environment healthy. for our children in the future. Manage the rubbish, reduce the plastic use, and plant more trees. Let us work together to save our environment. That's all. Thank you so much for your attention.
We'll have a moment of silence for the judges marking the ballots. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll move to contestant number 20, Nancy Marzella Afi. The Diamond of Nation. The Diamond of Nation, Nancy Marzella Afi.
Before I start my speech, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Nancy. I love talking about basic education and literacy. And as a student, I realize very well that literacy skills are very important. Literacy development is a vital part of a child's overall development. It is the foundation for doing well at schools, socializing with others, problem solving, making decisions, developing independence, managing money, and working. Now, the COVID-19 pandemic is threatening to erase many of those gains. More than 91% of students worldwide have been impacted by temporary school closures, according to the United Nations. By April, close to 1.6 billion young students were out of school. The year of 2020 has become a nightmare for many students, especially kids. Since the coronavirus outbreak started and the school had to close face-to-face classes, we had to stay at home and had online schools. It's been more than 1.5 years, and many schools still remain closed. Since the pandemic occurred, students have been forced to have online classes. To be able joining, students need certain devices, electricity, and internet to connect to the learning system. But what about those who don't have those online basic facilities? They have to study by themselves without any sufficient supervision from teachers. A number of studies reported that students made little or no progress while learning from home. Learning loss was the most pronounced among students from disadvantaged homes. Commissioner of the Indonesian Child Protection Commission said the number of children dropping out of school was quite high during the COVID-19 pandemic, especially for children who came from poor families. It was assumed thousands. I found that the problem of literacy doesn't only happen in the villages or in rural areas, but children in the cities are facing the same problem as well, including my neighborhood. Facing the challenges of COVID-19, Rotary clubs and partner organizations are finding new ways to support access to education. Rotary recognizes that education is a pathway out of poverty. Working with others organizations, Rotary has made significant progress in increasing access to learning in communities around the world. For the past 2 years, I have taken part in Rotary education and literacy projects in Kupang. I participated to be a tutor for Rotary study group as the implementation of basic education and literacy projects organized by Rotary Club. I taught the students who live around me to read and to write, and they made significant improvement after joining the study group for 2 months. I realized that society has a moral obligation to make sure that all children receive an adequate education. I believe that small thing we do will make a difference to the world. The core value of community service is to be the solution in the community. Serving others changes lives. I am Nancy. Thank you for listening.
We'll have a moment of silence for judges marking the ballots. Citizen audience, we will take a 5-minute break. Okay. Parliamentarians, interactors, judges, and audience. Let's move to the contestant number 21, Erika Nur Amalia, Maternal and Child Health. Maternal and Child Health, Erika Nur Amalia.
All right, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to the God who has given us physical and emotional compassion, hence we are able to attend this very enjoyable occasion. Also, I would like to say thank you to the honorable judges, committees, and the participants of Interact Speech Competition for having me. Hereby, I would like to introduce myself. Nice to meet you. I am Erika, a 15 years old student who strives hard to develop myself, and I'm from Adisaka Interact Semarang. Let's not deny, there are lots of problems that are neglected due to this overwhelming COVID pandemic. People tend to focus on the pandemic until we forget that HIV still exists and continues to exist day by day. HIV is one of the world's most serious public health challenges. An estimated 1.5 million individuals worldwide acquired HIV in 2020. HIV cases in Indonesia also continues to increase each year. And surprisingly, the highest case of HIV infection comes from housewives, and these housewives have high risk to transmit the virus to their babies. Until this very second, no treatment has been identified to treat someone completely from HIV. But a treatment called ARV or antiretroviral therapy has been discovered to control viral replication and decrease the risk of transmission. That is why World Health Organization recommends people with HIV to take this medication for their whole life. Despite this promising treatment, lots of Indonesian people do not take this medication regularly. And one of the leading causes of non-adherence to ARV therapy is low self-compassion due to discrimination and horrible stigma towards people with HIV. Thus, the risk of transmission will increase, and the number of babies who acquired HIV will also increase. So, how do we overcome this problem? When solving problems, dig at the roots instead of just hacking at the leaves. Decreasing stigma is one of the keys to decrease HIV transmission from a mother to her baby. And the question is, how do we do that? First, we have to educate the society about HIV or AIDS and how it is actually transmitted. We also have to persuade the society that HIV or AIDS doesn't make someone any less of a person. In addition, we can also increase awareness among women and housewives to check their HIV infection status in health facilities. We can achieve this by showing educational advertisement on TV, YouTube, and radio. We can also upload online posters and leaflets on Instagram, WhatsApp, Twitter, and other social media. Moreover, I also advocate a rehabilitation center for women with HIV so they can be productive and live happily. As we know, Rotary has carried out a project that teaches entrepreneurial skills to women with HIV in order to empower them to earn a living. Rotary has also taught the society to prevent mothers to invent HIV transmission and easy steps to prevent themselves and their children from disease. HIV or AIDS is a global threat that we have to fight against. We have to work hand in hand to fight stigma and discrimination towards women with HIV. And when we win, we will not just end AIDS. We will have fair, more equal, and healthier societies. There is no time to lose. We can do it. That is all from me. Thank you.
We'll have a moment of silence for the judges to mark the ballots. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move to contestant number 22, Kalista Simamora. Take action. Take action, Kalista Simamora.
First of all, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm going to start introducing myself. My name is Kalista. I am from Kupang Fortuna Interact Club. I hope you guys are feeling amazing like I did. Though I'm a little bit nervous, but that's not what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about one of 7 area Rotary focus: basic education and literacy. Nelson Mandela, the former president of South Africa, once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world." It means that education is the only key that allows us to understand the world in which we live better and become thoughtful about what happens around us. Unfortunately, it is not easy, I say. There are many children out there who are forced to work and quit school. Even UNESCO stated that there are 260 million children around the world who do not have proper education access. What a huge number! Could you imagine if you didn't have the functional literacy skill needed to complete a job application, sign a check, understand a child's report card, or read a prescription? The overall number of illiterate persons has fallen since 2000. 781 million adults, that 15% of the world's adult population, are still lack of basic reading and writing skill. There are many factors that cause many children do not have education access, and many illiterate people, ranging from economic factors, low interest in going to school, gender discrimination, and technological barriers. But first, we have to understand, what is education? Education refers to the process by which a person develops their skill, attitude, and value. We may think it's only about school, but it is also about the association with who we grow up, which is why we can say that men can influence each other. Unfortunately, in today's world, we neglect the main purpose of education, which is related to the idea of having more of marks. And education has been money-making business for the private school these days. The value of education can only be raised when no child will be deprived of education, and his or her potential will be tapped into its optimum. And an adult who is functionally illiterate is able to engage in activity that enable her to function effectively in society. Adults tend to be more motivated to learn when they understand the practical outcomes they can gain. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, out there are more than 775 million illiterate people. That's why I decided to join Interact. Rotary goal is to strengthen the capacity of community to support basic education and literacy, reduce gender disparity in education. Rotary Club Kupang has been running education and literacy projects since 2018. Interactors and Rotaractors visit school in village to modify the student, increasing their literacy skill. Interactor teach how to read stories through small classes competition in January 2021. Rotary Club Kupang central from study group for students who didn't have access due to the lack of learning facility. Finally, I want every one of us to keep in mind that without effort and education, we can't improve ourselves. We can't have a better life. We can't make this country a better place to live. Therefore, education is an important part of our life, as well as an essential part to develop a better future for the country. I am Interactive Kalista. Let's take action to speak loud and clear.
We'll have a moment of silence for judges marking the ballots. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move to contestant number 23, Grace Natalie Susanto. Disease prevention and treatment. Disease prevention and treatment, Grace Natalie Susanto.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Hello everyone and judges. Nice to meet you all today. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to deliver my speech. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Grace Natalie Susanto from Nusa Putra Senior High School in the Nusa Putra Arjuna, Semarang.
Before I deliver my speech, I'd like to ask you all a few questions. I bet everybody have heard a familiar word, cancer. What do you know about liver cancer? How can it be prevented? Yes, you may have heard of this disease. Well, on this occasion, I will deliver a speech regarding the prevention and treatment of disease, where I will provide knowledge on how to overcome diseases naturally without damaging other human organs. Liver cancer is a disease caused by a malignant tumor originating from the liver. This condition occurs when cells in the liver mutate and form tumors. As we know, this disease will cause symptoms such as weight loss for no apparent reason, prolonged fever, loss of appetite, and many other symptoms. Usually, when people have liver cancer, they will undergo chemotherapy. And when finished, there are some side effects that arise from the chemotherapy, such as hemopoietic suppression, limited efficacy, and excessive hair loss leading to baldness. There is some other safer solution so that we don't need to do chemotherapy, namely by using the okra herbal plant. You may have heard of this plant because the okra plant is quite popular among the people. This plant contains NFKB or nuclear factor kappa B with functions to increase gene transcription related to the production of cytokines needed to activate both adaptive and adaptive immune cells. Besides that, it also contains vitamin C and iron which function to maintain the body's immune system. Its use can be by extracting the okra plant into herbs that are safe for consumption by liver cancer patients. But the drawback is that by using this okra plant, it will take longer to heal. If we consume it regularly, we will be easier to heal. Therefore, we need to maintain our health to avoid liver cancer. We can also use the okra plant as an alternative treatment for curing liver cancer because it contains substances that are useful for our bodies. Before I conclude with my speech, I would like to remind everybody that cancer is a second leading cause of death worldwide. We cannot eradicate cancer, but we can minimize or prevent it by taking care of our body health and our body. So stay healthy, eat right, exercise a lot, and I hope cancer will stay away from us. Thank you and have a blessed day.
We'll have a moment of silence for judges marking the ballots. We'll move to contestant number 24, Firda Aurora Putri. This is prevention. Firda Aurora Putri.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Firda Aurora Putri from Junior High School 6 Surabaya, and I'm from Interact Surabaya Kaliasin. In this opportunity, I would like to talk about disease prevention, one of the area of focus of Rotary. As we all know, as we can see from our daily life, TV, and media, Indonesia and other countries are still in the pandemic. The coronavirus has attacked almost all countries in the world, including Indonesia. It is important for us to be wise in responding to this coronavirus because this virus is becoming more aggressive than before. And because of that, so we must prevent it from now on and the day after. Prevention can be done by vaccinating and washing hands both before and after doing any activity. We also have to maintain our immunity by take some vitamin because this virus can kill itself by our immune system. And as advised by the government, we can prevent it by keeping our distance and wearing masks all the time, especially outside the house. At the moment, people who are infected by this coronavirus don't have to have symptoms. Therefore, we have to be more careful. And for people who are positive for COVID-19, they can self-isolate at home and the government will deliver medicine to the patient house. By doing self-isolation, medical staff can prioritize people who need it more, such as people who have more severe symptoms, must be treated immediately. Hopefully, this pandemic can be over soon, and we can all move without any obstacles and without masks. So don't be selfish. Wear your mask when you leave the house and keep your distance. That way, we can protect ourselves and others. And don't forget to drink vitamin and eat more healthy food. And you can try to do some workout. I know we can definitely get through this together because disaster will pass. And proud to be part as Interact Rotary. Rotary concerned about disease prevention and treatment of COVID-19. That's my speech today about how to prevent and treat COVID-19. An appeal that we all can follow the government recommendation and together conquer this COVID-19. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon.
We'll have a moment of silence for judges marking the ballots. We'll move to contestant number 25, Sianas Malesi. Saving souls, serving society. Saving souls, serving society, Sianas Malesi.
Okay, first of all, I would like to ask, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. Greetings to judges, interactors, and all audience. Do you know that around the world, 800 women die every day from preventable pregnancy-related causes, 99% of which occur in developing countries. In Uganda, every day, about 300 infants and 20 mothers die from preventable causes. Most of these deaths occur during delivery and within the first month of life. While in Indonesia, the maternal death rate remains very high at 350 per thousand births between 2018 and 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, in a Ukrainian war zone, Nikita Bartlett flashes the same mischievousness of any other 12-year-old boy headed king. He wants to laugh, play pranks and on the last night of camp, we will cover everyone with toothpaste, he says excitedly. Nikita and 25 other Ukrainian youths headed to the resort town of Zakopane are naturally focused on fun. But their 2-week respite organized by Rotary's member has a higher purpose to help the children heal and cope with the trauma they made. The program called Occasion 2017 Zakopane. Well-being for Ukrainian kids includes traditional camp activities and field trip along with support from mental health professionals. More than 100 children have attended for the past 4 years. Each camper has a parent or sibling killed or injured in the fighting in Ukraine. Psychologists at camp will guide them along the way during an itinerary that mixes exit and therapy. Olga Zniewska, a member of the Rotary Club of Kharkiv multinational in Ukraine, has brought children to the camp for 2 years and has witnessed its impact. Significant details. As a result, the mother's role in child development is critical. As an interactor, I constantly support what Rotarians in the Kupang Central Club are doing. We can do campaigns, help to talk to the community. When we are doing the project, interactors can speak with mothers on how to take care of their babies. When the Rotarians undertake medical mission, we, as interactors, can assist in any way we can in our capacity. Remember, good health is not something we can buy. However, it can be an extremely valuable savings account. Hansean, thank you.
We'll have a moment of silence for judges marking the ballots. Ladies and gentlemen, we get to the contestant number 26, Joycelyn Thierby. The importance of basic education for children. The importance of basic education for children, Joycelyn Thierby.
Excuse me, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Good afternoon, honorable judges. Good afternoon, everyone. First, let us pray and thank God for His mercies and blessings. Because of Him, we are still happy and in a good condition. I am Joycelyn Thierby from Interact Club of Surabaya. I would like to deliver my speech about the importance of basic education for children. Education plays a significant role in the overall development of children. It is not only about reading and writing, but also making these skills to be applied in their daily life. Children deserve to get a qualified education. Getting proper education is very crucial to get success and happy life in the future. As Nelson Mandela has quoted, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. So we can consider basic education is a 9-year study in early stage of children development. Unfortunately, according to many data and researches, so millions of children across the world are deprived to have their rights to have qualified education, at least basic education. Considering these facts, I would like to discuss more about it. Ladies and gentlemen, what is basic education? It comprises primary education as the first stage of basic education and lower secondary education as the second stage. It also covers a wide variety of non-formal and informal public and private activities intended to meet basic needs of people of all ages. As compulsory education, especially in Indonesia, it consists 6 years at elementary school and 3 each at middle school. The next question, why basic education is important for children? Living in society, people need standards of skills to get a job or any occupations. These standards have been informally being a standard among the society. By having these standards, they'll get a respect from others. Therefore, to gain respect, one should be educated. Furthermore, to attain a happy and prosperous life, they need to study in obtaining an excellent job for the future. We should get a qualified education, at least basic education. By gaining knowledge, students can have the same case and creed from the society. So, how do the unprivileged kids achieve their qualified basic educations? There are many organizations who are willing to teach these kids for their basic education, like numbers and language. We can also join this organization by volunteering ourselves into them. Through this way, their interest in education can be fulfilled. Second, there are also some other factors that may come from their parents. There are some families that take the whole family to work, including their children. We can talk to the parents. We can tell them about school and other government facilities, such as compulsory night education. Show them how education can change one's life and the number of opportunities they will be getting. Third, training for the teachers to gain a better education in process of teaching and learning. Updating their skills in highly creative teaching can attract the students to have high curiosity in learning new knowledge. In conclusion, I do believe that basic education is very important for us. Knowing the ways to reach a qualified education, hopefully we can get success and happy life in the future. That's all for my speech. Thank you for your attention and have an enjoyable day.
A moment of silence for judges marking the ballots. Now we've reached to contestant number 27, Marcelo Edward Joshua Wilfrid Pelt. Now or never? Now or never? Marcelo Edward Joshua Wilfrid Pelt.
Before I start my speech, am I audible, everyone?
Yes, you are.
Okay, good. Judges, audience, Rotarians, and interactors. In school, I learned that world peace is an idea of a world without violence, where nations try to work with each other. World peace could mean equal human rights, technology, availability of medicine, free education for everyone, engineering, diplomat, and or an end to all forms of fighting. Many religions believe in world peace. Unfortunately, today, over 70 million people are displaced as a result of conflict, violence, persecution, and human rights violations around the world. And who is most affected by this conflict? Well, the answer definitely is children. Globally, 426 million children are living in conflict zones today. Major conflicts around the world have tripled since 2010, and children have been impacted the most. The effects are both direct and indirect and are associated with immediate and long-term harm. The direct effects of conflict include death, physical or psychological trauma, and displacement. And war is the main cause of human suffering in the world. Albert Einstein said, "Peace is not merely the absence of war, but the presence of justice, of law, of order, in short, of government." Peace has different definitions, but in a nutshell, it is a tool or means to end war or conflict. Judges and audience, as a humanitarian organization, peace is a cornerstone of Rotary mission. We believe when people try to create peace in the communities, that change can have a global effect. Rotary commitment to peace building answer new challenges. How we can make the greatest possible impact and how we can achieve a goal of lasting change. We are approaching the concept of peace with greater cohesion and inclusivity, broadening the scope of what we meant by peace building and finding more ways for people to get involved. As a member of Interact Club, sponsored by Rotary Club, I realized that Rotary promoted peace by carrying out service projects and support fellowships and scholarships. Rotarians take action to address the underlying causes of conflict, including poverty, discrimination, ethnic tension, lack of access to education, and unequal distribution of resources. Rotarians train adults and young leaders to prevent and mediate conflict and aid refugees who have fled dangerous areas. I have been joining Rotary exchange program with India students since September. I thought that I would only learn about my counterparts' language, culture, or things about the country. But after 2 months ongoing period, I realized that I've learned something greater. It is about accepting and respect differences. And I believe that's the foundation of building peace and to prevent conflict. I am Interact Solo, a peacemaker.
We'll have a moment of silence for judges marking the ballots. Ladies and gentlemen, contestant number 28, Ilona Aurelia Hendrawan, preventing maternal mortality and stunting with family planning. Preventing maternal mortality and stunting with family planning. Ilona Aurelia Hendrawan.
May I audible connect?
Can you try one more time?
May I audible?
Okay, yes, you are.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu, peace be upon you all, shalom and nama budaya. My name is Ilona Aurelia Hendrawan and I study at 7I class of 6 Junior High School, Surabaya. The Honorable of the Judge, the Honorable of the Headmaster, the Honorable of the Teacher, my dear friend who I am proud of. Thank you for the chance given to me. First of all, please allow me to thank Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who give us the health, time, and also chance to meet in the Interact English Speech Contest 2021 in front of you. We are going to get the point of maternal and child health, preventing maternal mortality and stunting with family planning. Family planning is the first pillar of safe motherhood that plays a critical role in decreasing the risk of maternal death and shaping a quality generation. The women in Indonesia die every hour due to complications during pregnancy, childbirth, and post-delivery, according to the Intercouncil Population Survey SUPAS 2015. In the fact that makes us very sad, Indonesia's maternal mortality rate (MMR) is one of the highest in Southeast Asia, and maternal death issues are costly nutrition consumption within a long period of time which disrupt child's growth. All of these issues indicate weakness in health system and gaps in access to health service, especially for women. To reduce MMR, infant mortality rate (EMR), and stunting, the family planning program mortality rate EMR. The family planning program plays a key role with the success of the family planning program. In 1992, the President of the Republic of Indonesia introduced the National Family Day celebration on 29 June. Indonesia's quality of human resource and the golden generation starts from resilient family. It takes good collaboration among all elements of the society and the government to ensure that every child in Indonesia can grow well and healthy in a happy and prosperous family. The family planning program significantly contributes to the prevention of maternal deaths by promoting pregnancy planning to reduce risk and improve the preparedness of mothers and families. Family planning plays an important role in promoting family health and welfare, more specifically in promoting the health of women and reducing maternal mortality and stunting. And finally, I would like to finish this presentation with this motivational quote from Franz Bacon that says, "Knowledge is power." That is the speech that I can deliver today. I hope the well all can take something useful from my speech. And I end this speech with Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
We'll have a moment of silence for judges marking the ballots. Ladies and gentlemen, contestant number 29, Alpha Tanaim. It is time to make a move. It is time to make a move, Alpha Tanaim.
First of all, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. An old proverb said cleanliness is half of our health. If we keep our house and its surroundings pure and clean, this hygiene will keep us healthy and benefit us worldly life. It is obvious that in order to maintain a good health, we need to maintain cleanliness of our surroundings as well. We often think that regular exercise is enough to maintain our health, but it is not. Clean environment also takes part in maintaining good health. It may seem like a chore, but it's vital to our health and well-being. As an unclean environment leads to a bad condition of the society, emergence of various types of diseases, and many more related problems. According to the World Health Organization, or WHO, children are more vulnerable to environment hazard. WHO also published reports showing that children worldwide are exposed to major environmental hazards affecting their health. More than 1 in 4 deaths of children under 5 are the result of unhealthy environment. In 2019, 26% of the deaths of 5.9 million children occurred before reaching their 5th birth. Environmental risks such as air pollution, unsafe water, lack of sanitation, secondhand smoke, and inadequate hygiene kill 1.7 million children under 5 every year. In order to reduce the risk, Rotary has carried out thousands of projects to protect the environment. In the last 5 years, Rotary has allocated $18 million to projects that help our planet. In Kupang, our Rotary and Interact Club have also done several projects to help keep the environment clean, like beach cleaning, planting trees in the city garden, and doing campage. That's why I am standing here as an interactor, wanting to voice out how important our awareness of environmental cleanliness is. It doesn't require a lot of money or energy if we all work together. We can start by maintaining the cleanliness of our homes. It is the best way to prevent various types of diseases. Since we live in the society and we are the part of the environment, we have the moral responsibility to contribute
to a clean environment. We need to take action and bring change that we want to see in others. The clean person is not the one that runs away from the dirt, but one who takes time and efforts to tidy up a dirty environment. I'm Alpha. Thank you.
We'll have a moment of silence for judges marking the ballots. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the last contestant of today's meeting, contestant number 30, Nabila Yanwarita. Interact brings hope. Interact brings hope. Nabila Yanwarita.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, all of the judges and the audiences. In this great occasion, let me, Nabila Yanwarita, one of interactor from Bagimu Negriku Vocational High School, convey my ideas on how important interactor play a role advancing education for the future of nation. There are so many children, teenagers, even adults out there still very needs education for the future. I want you to know, so many children must drop out from the school because economic problem. They cannot learn every day with friends, they have not study facilities and nothing help teach them and study. As a result, that's one factor make education and literacy is very low. I trust they want like us to be able to read a lot of books like us in school. Literacy is very important to improve the achievement of the children and younger in achieving success. It is time if they have a spirit for learning and high interest in reading, but no one encourages them. What can we do for help them? Interact has taught me about caring for others, and it's time for interactors and you to chance the world to be perfect future. Come on, we revive the spirit of learning and reading so that we can save our very future. As interactor, I will be make program for Interact. That is Interact Sharing Jar. Interact Sharing Jar is proposed to increase the spirit of learning for children who are not in school but still want to learn. Through school, we can put one big jars that can be filled with pens, reading books, origami for increase the creativity, or game education, and whatever that is can be shared through side childs and to several elementary schools. For support learning activities, and anyone can fill this jar for support this program. Not only one. As interactor, I will help build a learning house. Yes, learning house for everyone from children even adults, which is place to read and study. By providing reading books, stationery, and paper to anyone at any time without being limited. They can study anytime. Yes, they can study anytime in place, and I hope that it can have a big place for them to seek knowledge. My team and I will come to place every day to share knowledge, teach for people from read, and I will teach everyone to how to use technology such as laptop, cell phones, and exercise. And we will help them to learn character with the community in learning house. And I'm interactor. I'm ready to action and make impact with my program for brings a new hope for them. And I will help them have a higher spirit in literacy and education. And come on to be a young leader from everyone. Thank you.
We'll have a moment of silence for judges marking the ballots. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, Rotarian interactors and distinguished guests, that was our last participant, our last contestant of today's contest. But before we end this meeting, there will be some announcement from the chair of contest committee. So let's welcome A.G. Ratna. A.G. Ratna.
Okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
can you see me?
Yes.
Thank you, the master ceremony Kenor. Okay, well, it was so marvelous to see everyone had a very high spirit to deliver the speech. And yes, today we can learn from many interactors under District 3420 how they did a great job today. Congratulations for everyone. You are all champions. Okay, well, this is the end of our day one contest. And first of all, of course, I would like to thank you for all judges who have been working so hard for almost 3 hours today. Thank you, Bapak Haris, Ibu Harlina, Ibu Ayu, Bapak Abraham. Sorry for keeping you sitting for almost 3 hours. And yeah, tomorrow we will start at 4 o'clock Bali and Kupang time and 3 o'clock Semarang and Surabaya time. So be on time. Please come at least 15 minutes earlier before the time so that we can start at 3 o'clock sharp and 4 o'clock sharp for Bali and Kupang time. Okay, I guess that's all. And hopefully that there will not be any noise because like 1 or 2 contestants today, while they were talking, another contestant or other audience opened their microphone and distract the speaker. So hopefully that tomorrow everything will be running better. Okay, I guess that's all. And there is no any other, maybe from judges, any additional announcement that you wanted to add, or you want to share, inform to the audience, to the contestants? Judges, you want to say something? No? Okay, judges must be very tired. Thank you. All right. Okay. Well, contestants, this is the end of our contest today, and meet you again tomorrow at 3 o'clock Surabaya time, Semarang time, and 4 o'clock Bali and Kupang time. Okay. Good luck, everyone. I will come back to the host of the meeting. Good night.
Thank you, A.G. Ratna. Well, we've come to an end of the first day of Interact Speech Contest 2021, and there's nothing to be, there's nothing from, okay.
Yeah, no announcement from us. Okay, that's enough. That's all. Yeah. Anything
So,
we can talk on the group. We are going to talk in the group, okay? Right.
Okay, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Please come on time, 15 minutes before the meeting starts, so you could prepare yourself well and also prepare your devices on the Zoom meeting. I guess that's all, and see you tomorrow. Thank you, everyone.
Tomorrow.